Have you previously played King's Quest V? Warning, this cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information or clues to complete this game. Please be sure to check your inventory if you decide to skip.
My castle! What has happened?
Ooh, I can tell you what happened.
What?
Ooh, I know what happened to your castle. I saw it all. Yes, I did.
You did? Well then, what happened?
Ooh, it was the powerful and evil wizard Mordak who did it. Ooh, I just happened to be visiting with an old friend when I saw him materialize out of thin air. Thank goodness he didn't notice me.
Well, don't stop now, go on.
He conjured up a terrible whirlwind that swirled faster and faster around the castle. With another incantation, Mordak then caused the wind to draw the castle up into the sky and out of sight. Ooh, it was something to see, all right.
Why? Why would this wizard, Mordak, want my castle? What could he have against me and my family?
That I don't know. Ooh, I only know that it was Mordak who took your castle and your family. Well, perhaps I can help you. My employer also happens to be a wizard, which is why I recognized Mordak. Ooh, unlike Mordak, though, my employer is a very good wizard. His name is Crispin Arthur, but we all call him Crispin for short. The only problem is, you see... Woo-hoo-hoo! Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. The only problem is that Crispin is getting on in years and tends to be a bit forgetful.
I don't know. This doesn't sound as if it would work.
Oh, sure it would. Crispin is a very qualified wizard, one of the best. He just gets a little forgetful now and again, that's all. Now, where is it? Oh, I know I brought it with me. Aha! Here it is.
What is that?
Well, it is my opinion that you don't stand a chance against the likes of Mordak. Oh, excuse me for saying, Your Majesty, but you don't have a choice. You must come with me. I'm sure Crispin can help you.
What is that stuff?
Ooh, just some old leftover fairy dust I've been carrying around. Ooh, it'll help you to fly. You can follow me to the land of Serenia, where Crispin and I live. It's much too far to walk, you know. Ooh, I think the fairy dust is still good. Come on, up here! Follow me! There it is! Down here! Come on!
Okay, here I come.
Ooh, looks like the fairy dust just wore off.
Cedric? Where have you been? I've been calling for you. Well, well, what have we here? A bit clumsy, are you? Well, come on in the house and dry off. No sense sitting around like a wet dog. Cedric, go into the house and pour each of us a nice hot cup of tea.
Ooh, aye, aye, Crispin.
The Society of Wizards has always taken a dim view of Mordak and his abuse of his power. Why, he's even been put on suspension a few times. It never seems to do any good, though.
Crispin, why would Mordak want to take my family or castle? What did we ever do to him?
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that. Mordak is a very unpredictable wizard. I've never understood that evil mind of his.
Ooh, I thought perhaps you could help His Majesty, Crispin. That's why I brought him here.
Well, let me see now. I used to be a very powerful wizard at one time, you know, but I've gotten a little rusty lately.
A little rusty.
That's quite enough from you, Cedric.
Ooh, yes, sir, Crispin, sir.
I don't know what I have that would be of much use to you. Most of my wizard stuff is pretty old and worn out. But let's see what I can find. That won't do. That's all used up. It might work. Here, eat this.
What is that?
That's an old piece of magical white snake I had left over from last year. With it, you'll be able to communicate with the natural and animal world. You should find that quite helpful. Here's my old wand. I don't even know if it works anymore. Most of its power may be gone. You should know that wands are like pets. They've got to get to know you before they'll work for you. Just treat it with care and respect, and hopefully it will do something for you. You'd better get going, my boy. No telling what that confounded Morlock could be up to. You go with him, Cedric. Show him the way.
Oh,
Yes, you. Don't be such a coward. Now go on. You'd better get started.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate all you've done for me.
I suggest we visit the town first. How about it, Your Majesty?
Please don't call me Your Majesty, Cedric. It's much too formal. I'd like it if you'd just call me Graham.
I'd be delighted to, Graham. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yes, the town. You might be able to find some supplies there. It's just over a little hill to the south, not too far.
Well then, let's be on our way, Cedric.
Impatiently, Cedric waits for Graham. An unusual ornament decorates Crispin's front yard. Crispin, being a wizard, it must have some magical significance which Graham could never understand.
That's Crispin's universe interpreter. But be careful, you might accidentally realign the stars.
A small cellar door is located under the house. A small well is located near the cottage. A tiny pond adds charm to Crispin's forested home. Impatiently, Cedric waits for Graham. Cedric seems to be quietly contemplating their current situation, and so is not inclined to indulge in conversation right now.
Ooh, don't bother with the cellar door. There's nothing there. Besides, it's locked. Ooh.
Curious, Graham gazes down into Crispin's well, but sees nothing of interest. The old wand doesn't seem to have any vitality left in it. Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies. Graham gives the wand a good shake. Graham gives the wand a good shake. Graham gives the wand. Graham.
Graham, watch out! A poisonous snake!
A large, venomous snake blocks Graham's passage to the east. In silence, the large serpent eyes Graham menacingly. In silence, Graham gives the wand a good. Graham. A worn dirt path wanders through a thick wood, alive with the sounds of many creatures. Between the trees, to the east, Graham can see the outline of a great mountain range. A rutted road leads into the town from the west, while a smaller path joins it from the north.
If you're going into town, I'll just wait for you here. I had a nasty run-in with a big dog once, and I feel much safer out here.
Quaint houses and little shops line the town's main cobblestone street. The town is busy with people going about their daily chores. The man is too busy with his work to notice Graham.
How goes it with you, good fellow?
Not well, I'm afraid. This old wagon's always giving me trouble.
Can I help you in any way?
Thank you kindly, but I think I can handle it.
All right then. Good luck.
Thanks. With this wagon, I'm gonna need it.
Graham notices an old wooden barrel on the street corner. Inside the barrel, Graham sees an old rotting fish. Inside the barrel, Graham sees an old rotting fish. Graham leans way down into the barrel and removes, phew, the smelly old fish. Phew, this smelly old fish is disgusting.
Take a look around if you want, but we don't have any shoes to sell you right now. We sold our last finished pair yesterday. Our business ain't doing so good anymore, and we're getting too old to keep trying.
Is there anything I can do to help?
There ain't nothing you can do, short of buying us out. But like I said, if you want to look around, feel free.
Okay, thanks.
Business doesn't seem to be so good for the shoemaker and his wife. There isn't even one pair of shoes for sale, and the old couple look tired and worn out. A skinny old dog lies down on the hard floor of the shoe shop. The old shoemaker, eyes squinted and fingers calloused from years of making shoes, drives tiny nails into a shoe sole with a small cobbler's hammer. The shoemaker's wife, looking haggard and worn, tiredly stitches away at a large piece of shoe leather. The old shoemaker wearily hammers tiny nails in a shoe sole. He doesn't even seem to notice Graham. The old dog pays no attention to Graham. This old dog doesn't appeal to Graham.
Come on in, look around. Let me know if you're interested in anything.
A child's wonderland of toys fills this quaint little toy shop.
The shipment of carving wood hasn't come in yet. What should we do?
If it's not in by tomorrow, I'll send you to the sawmill.
Okay, Papa?
Ja, mein Darling?
Can I keep this doll? I really like her.
Now, Katrina, you know these toys are for sale for other kinder. Besides, you've got plenty of dolls. You can play mid-air, but just be careful.
Alright, Grandpapa. I'll take care of her.
Apparently, the toy maker's son, working in the back room, is learning the toy business from his father. A pretty little girl, who must be the toy maker's granddaughter, plays with a doll while grandfather looks on. The plump old toy maker, who seems a jolly sort, carefully mends a toy while sitting comfortably behind the counter. A pet goldfish swims endlessly around in its fishbowl. Graham notices a strong little sled hanging on a side wall.
This is a fine little toy shop you have here. You must be very proud.
Danke, son. I've worked very hard at it over the years. But you know, you need to really love it. And I do.
Are most of these toys your creations?
Yeah, most of them. But not all. Some my son made, some I bought, some I traded for.
You're very talented.
Danke, danke. Well, let me know if I can help you. That's a fine sled, isn't it? Any child would love to have it.
Yes, I was just admiring the workmanship.
Danke. If you'd like to buy it, let me know.
Graham notices a shiny silver coin lying forgotten on the street near the broken wagon. Bending down, Graham quickly retrieves the silver coin from the street. It is but a common silver coin.
May I help you, sir?
The busy tailor shop bustles with activity as Graham looks around with interest at all the tailor's wares. In the corner of the shop, draped casually over a tailor's form, Graham sees a thick fur-lined cloak. The tailor, an aristocratic-looking man, attends solicitously to Graham as he looks at all the wares in the tailor shop. The busy tailor shop bustles with activity as Graham looks around with interest at all the tailor's wares. An employee of the tailor, a friendly, good-looking young man, caters hopelessly to a disagreeable customer in the one dressing room. At the back of the shop, Graham notices a dressing room in which a rude, finicky customer tries on many items of fine clothing. The young man is too busy with another customer to be bothered by Graham. The rude customer doesn't care to talk to Graham.
I'm interested in buying something here.
Ah, let me show you some things. A fine piece of cloth. With this material, I could make you beautiful shirts. There isn't a more beautiful piece of fabric to be found anywhere. With this, I could make you the finest trousers you've ever had. Well, what do you think?
Well, right now I'm just looking. Thanks anyway.
Sure. Whatever you say. I'm just here to help.
I don't like this at all.
Here, let me help you with that. Oh, that cloak fits you perfectly. It just looks wonderful on you. Let me tell you, it will certainly keep you toasty warm during the coming winter. Let me know if you wish to buy it.
I would like to buy that fine cloak hanging in the corner. Will you take a silver coin for it?
A silver coin? You must be joking. That beautiful cloak is worth much more than that.
You expect me to wear this?
With a fine view of the rushing river, the bakehouse sits a bit out of town, along an old rutted road.
See the road there? Back to the east is the town. I'll wait for you here, Graham.
And how is your poor dear mother doing, William?
Oh, she hasn't been doing too well lately. But my brother and I help out whenever we can. Thanks for asking, Amanda.
Austin, keep your fingers out of that pie. The pies look lovely. I think I'll take one.
Yes, they were just made fresh this morning. Here you go.
Yes, this will be a fine dessert for our dinner tonight. Let's go home, Austin.
Here's the last of the pies.
Welcome to our bakehouse, traveler. Of course, all of our wares are wonderful, but today we've got a special on custard pies. Just 1 silver coin each, but take your time. Let me know when you're ready.
The wonderful smells of the bakehouse set Graham's stomach to rumbling and his mouth to watering. The Baker brothers seemed to have a pet, a large mangy cat. In the kitchen of the bakehouse, Graham can see another big burly man doing the day's baking. The baker, a large sturdy fellow, waits for customers behind a pie-covered counter. Delicious, mouth-watering custard pies lining the tables and countertop attract Graham's eyes and nose. The cat doesn't look very friendly at all. Only the Baker brothers are allowed in the kitchen.
Would you like a pie, sir?
Well, yes, actually I would.
That'll be 1 silver coin then.
Let me see if I have one.
Well, let me know if you do.
Sir, I would like to purchase one of your custard pies.
These pies cost 1 silver coin each.
I've got it right here. Here you go.
I hope you enjoy your custard pie.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
Back down the road to the east, you will run into the bakehouse.
Just off a rutted dirt road, a country inn overlooks the picturesque rushing river. A large haystack dominates the area in front of the barn. An old, uninteresting barn is located behind the country inn. An old, uninteresting... Graham can see an unbreakable padlock on the barn door. The side door is locked. Carefully, Graham searches through the haystack, but doesn't see anything of importance.
Ooh, I'll wait for you out here. I don't like that place.
The Country Inn's tavern looks a bit shabby and run down. At the bar, Graham notices three men. Graham notices three rough-looking men huddled over the bar in serious conversation. Since they're talking in such low tones, Graham can't quite hear what they're saying. A flea-bitten old dog lies asleep in the corner.
You know that job we pulled yesterday? Where's the rest of the loot, huh? I think one of you guys is holding out on me.
Gentlemen, please excuse me. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Diana's full, ain't got no more rooms.
Hey boss, this guy looks like a real troublemaker. What do you want me to do with him?
Rob him out.
Struggle as he might, Graham could not escape his bonds. Don't worry, Graham. The innkeeper will soon put you out of your misery.
Watch out for the bear, Graham.
A large bear seems to be very interested in the honey inside the old tree. A swarm of bees buzz around a hole in a rotted old tree. Graham notices a large stick lying on the ground near the old tree. The bear is too intent on the honey to listen to Graham.
I'm Queen Beatrice, kind sir. I wish to thank you ever so much for saving our hive from the claws of that horrible bear. In return, I offer you a luscious honeycomb from our hive. Please feel free to retrieve one. I promise my bees won't harm you. It may come in handy on your travels.
Graham reaches a hand into the beehive and retrieves a very sticky chunk of honeycomb. Wrapping it in a protective piece of cloth, he then pockets it. Graham bends down and picks up the large stick from the ground. These aren't very talkative bees. Honey drips at the edges of the honeycomb chunk. It appears to be an average stick of wood. A bully of a dog terrorizes the poor ants as he playfully digs at their large anthill. A colony of large ants parade up and down a huge anthill built amid some scrubby bushes. A mangy old dog digs playfully at the huge anthill while the poor ants scurry about frantically. The dog is more interested in the anthill than in Graham. The ants are too busy to engage in conversation with Graham.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm King Antony the Great. May I ask who you are?
Why, certainly. I'm King Graham of Daventry, and this is my friend Cedric. We're seeking a way to cross the great mountains to the ocean on the other side.
That is a very perilous undertaking. I wish you would reconsider. But if you shall not, in return for rescuing our home from that flea-bitten cur, I wish to offer you our help, if perchance you may ever need it.
Thank you very much, King Antony. Cedric and I appreciate your kind offer. We look forward to meeting you again.
Ooh, keep your eye on the gypsies, Graham. I don't trust them.
A large ox, tied to the gypsy's wagon, peacefully munches on grass. A gypsy wagon is encamped here at the edge of the woods. On the side of the wagon, the words "Fortune Teller" have been painted. Within the gypsy encampment, Graham notices a tall, burly man who keeps a suspicious eye on him and Cedric. The sullen man doesn't appear to be the conversational sort. The ox's mouth is too full of grass to even attempt a conversation with Graham.
It will cost you 1 gold coin to see Madamushka.
The sullen man doesn't appear to be the conversational sort. Cedric is too busy looking around and doesn't seem to be paying any attention to Graham at the moment.
Ooh, there's nothing but a hot, dry desert for the West. Most people avoid it because there are bandits out there. Ooh, if you insist on going, I'll wait for you here.
The scraggly bushes of the dry brushland taper off to a hot, sandy desert as far as the eye can see to the west. To the east, Graham can see the sparse edge of Serenia's woods. Beyond the large boulders, Graham can see the dry brushland extending to the north for many miles. Looking to the south, the desert seems to extend forever. Looking to the south, the desert seems to extend forever. Looking to the south, rocky cliffs rise high above Graham's head. Looking to the south, the desert seems to extend forever. The hot sun and choking sands are taking their toll on Graham. He must drink, and soon. Looking to the south, the desert seems to extend forever. Looking to the south, the desert seems to extend forever. The facade of a magnificent temple has been carved into the rocky cliffs by an unknown ancient civilization. The two large rocks at the cliff base attract Graham's attention. A small pool of water has formed in the space between the two rocks. life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him. From across the desert sands, Graham can hear the sound of approaching hoofbeats. The rocks look interesting, but too large to do anything with.
A spy! Get him!
Never trust a bad guy, Graham. From across the desert sands, Graham can hear the sound of approaching hoofbeats.
Open sesame!
Carved into the rocky cliffs, an ancient temple towers above Graham as he surveys its ornate columns and friezes. Carved into the rocky, looming majestically before him, the massive temple door beckons tantalizingly to Graham.
Open sesame!
The temple door won't open. Perhaps there's something missing. Looking to the south, the desert seems to extend forever. Too late. Graham collapses and dies of extreme thirst in the hot desert sun. If only he could have found an oasis. Dying for a drink, Graham? Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him. The scorching sun burns down on the dry desert as Graham struggles through the hot sand. He looks around, but all he can see is more desert. The scorching sun burns down on the dry desert as Graham struggles through the hot sand. He looks around, but all he can see is more desert. The hot sun and choking sands are taking their toll on Graham. He must drink, and soon. Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him. The scorching sun burns down on the dry desert as Graham struggles through the hot sand. The scorching sun burns down on the dry desert as Graham struggles through the hot sand. He looks around, but all he can see is more desert. Uh-oh! A picked clean and sun-bleached skeleton lies in the sand of the hot, dry desert. What happened? Who can say? But it makes Graham uneasy nevertheless. The scorching sun. An old shoe lies forgotten near the poor skeleton. Uneasily, Graham reaches down and removes the old shoe from the desert sand. Graham can't do much to help the poor man now, and vice versa. Well, it's too late for conversation now. The worn old shoe is cracked and dry from the desert sun. The hot A small oasis. Its tantalizing water, so sparkling in the desert sun. Graham's hot, thirsty body is irresistibly drawn to it. Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him. The hot sun and choking sands are taking their toll on Graham. He must drink, and soon. Too late. Graham collapses and dies of extreme thirst in the hot desert sun. If only he could have found an oasis. Dying for a drink, Graham? The hot sun and choking sands are taking their toll on Graham. He must drink. A small oasis. Its tantalizing water, so sparkling in the desert sun. Graham's hot, thirsty body is irresistibly drawn to it. Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him. Too late. Graham collapses and dies of extreme thirst in the hot desert sun. If only he could have found an oasis. Dying for a drink, Graham? The hot sun and choke. Too late. Graham collapses and dies of extreme thirst in the hot desert sun. If only he could have found an oasis. Dying for a drink, Graham? The hot sun and life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Overhearing loud music and drunken laughter from within the larger tent, Graham guesses the bandits must be celebrating their latest plunder. A lone camel waits near the large tent, while its owner celebrates inside. Overhearing loud beautiful harem girl belly dances for the merrymaking bandits within the larger tent. With disgust, Graham looks at a drunken bandit lying face down in the desert sand, completely passed out. The campfire, all but forgotten, has been reduced to a pile of glowing embers. A large clay jar full of water stands by the campfire. The bandits' horses rest in the desert sun, while their unsavory owners revel within the large tent. There doesn't seem to be any activity within the smaller tent. There doesn't seem to be life-giving water, nectar. The glowing coals of the dying campfire hold no interest to Graham. Phew! Holding his nose against the drunken bandit's pungent odor, Graham quickly searches him, but doesn't find anything of importance. Snoring loudly upon a beautiful carpet lies a sleeping bandit. A jeweled staff leaning against the back of the tent catches Graham's interest. Assorted odds and ends clutter the inside of this small tent, while upon a lovely carpet sleeps another of the despicable renegades. Taking care to be very quiet, Graham reaches out and takes the staff into his possession. Life-giving water, nectar of the gods.